Yeah! What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Barnzy bowling video. Today we're bowling on 39 foot Albie. It is a 2.69 to 1 pattern, 33 mils, relatively flat. This is the next stop in Reno. This is what we're bowling on. We're gonna try and show you guys how I would break it down, how I expect to transition, and we're gonna talk you guys through it. Let's get into it. So there's two type of ways I generally break down a pattern. If it's shorter, like this one, I'll usually throw a urethane to stretch it out, or I'll throw a reactive to the right to create a hook spot and really make sure that the friction spot is developed so I have a spot to throw it at instead of, well, creating hold with the urethane ball. So the way I start is I usually play to the right, try and find the friction. This pattern has plenty of built-in friction already, so I don't really have to play to the right and build that hook spot as much, more as trying to create a shim spot to create hold, so I have left and right. We get 10 minutes of practice on tour with 4 other guys on a pair usually, so the pairs get beat up pretty fast, or they stretch pretty fast, because a lot of the guys will throw urethane to make them easier. That's the nice part about tour, is that people break down the lanes the right way. Well, when you bowl league, you guys are already set up for the most success possible because they are already 20 to 1. In league's 20 to 1, so the ratio is really high, so you already have built-in hold and built-in hook. So actually when you practice, you actually make them more clipped, which actually almost hurts the lane pattern in a way. I don't know how to, yeah. It usually takes 9 or 10 shots to actually wall them up. So I'm gonna throw, this is my big ball, go-to ball out of the bag. It's 5 by 4. Really strong layout. Flares a lot, changes directions, but it's a ball that's big and smooth. See, this is where I'd usually start to try and break them down with, or create the hook spot, but I don't have to create it on this pattern. Because it hooks plenty. This is why we throw urethane on the fresh, because it creates misroom.
What's up, guys? We're here at the World Series of Bowling. Sorry to interrupt the video, but we hit 20,000 subscribers. So we're doing a ball giveaway. Comment a bowling ball emoji if you want to enter the giveaway. And hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Also, make sure you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you can't win. So hit that subscribe button right now.
That is my cheater layout, 5 by 4 by -2. It's the one I throw on tour. This is the only one I have, the only one I own. Yeah, I left the other one in Springfield. I was pretty mad after the show, so stayed behind. I don't know why, guys. Why were we mad? I don't want to talk about it, okay? We live and we learn. All right. Back to the sport shot. All right, so you can see it's starting to stretch. It's starting to get a little less off of it. What I would probably do, because this is what I do a lot of the time, is I'll go left of it and then I'll make my break point right of it. So I have that hook spot, and if I miss in, hopefully I have that hold that I just created with the IQ78U, and we'll do it with my go-to ball on tour, the APPAREL Solid. Stand 28, looking at 16.5, gonna try and get 4 or 5 down lane. When looking at an oil pattern, your balls fit where your balls fit, right? It's like a golf bag, like AJ kind of described well yesterday. You have a driver, which is gonna be your big ball. The one you start with a lot of the time, it's gonna be your Gyms, your Ion Maxes, or your urethane, if that's your ball that hooks the most and controls it the best. And then you have your 3-wood, which is your Idol, your Phase 2s, your Origins, and then you keep going, you go down to your 9-iron, your favorite ball, whatever. You know, you have your Zen 25s, your road warriors, your attention stars, and you have the bottom of the bag. And yeah, and then of course you have the putter, the spare ball, which cleans it all up. But when looking at an oil pattern, the main things you're looking at, hopefully Ryan can pull this up right on screen, but you're gonna have the distance, which is 39 feet, which kind of tells you where your break point needs to be. There's kind of this old term, it's called the rule of 31. And if you subtract 31 from whatever the distance is of the pattern, is where it's kind of where you want your break point to be. So like 39 minus 31 is 8. It kind of tells you where you want your break point to be, and that's to the right on this. And then say we're bowling on something longer, like 45 feet, rule of 31 would be 14. So I'm tired. And your break point would be a lot closer to the head pin. And that's kind of just a basic rule. The other thing you look at is the ratio, which tells you how much miss room you're gonna have, or how much built-in hook or built-in hold, or left to right you're gonna have. And then the other thing is volume. Volume is a big factor because it tells you how early your ball is gonna hook. For instance, we're bowling on 34 feet, so there's quite a bit of volume front to back, especially in 39 feet. It's a lot smaller than 45 feet, so there's a lot of oil in the front part of the lane. If you bowl on like 23 mils, you can expect your ball to hook plenty early and have plenty of traction with the lane. Does that make sense?
That was probably the best explanation you've ever given.
Like and subscribe.
That 31.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Hopefully that's right.
I think that's right. I want to say that's right. If I was 6 games into a block, I'm sure on tour there would be lots of urethane, so they'd be really stretched out. I imagine by about game 2 or 3, most people will get into reactive and they'll get into the 17 to that gutter thing that I was just doing, that I threw one shot of, and then they'll just chase it left, and then they'll just keep going, and they'll get slower and slower and slower. I can't really do it right now because it's not stretched all the way properly.
Unless you threw it like 9 miles.
Yeah, well I could, but the problem is there's like the middle of the lane's still flat, so there's not really enough hold to get in there. Like I could show you if you want to see it. We'll do that. I'll throw it really slow from fur left, and I'll try and push it across the head pin. But ideally, I would be able to just be able to throw it to like 7 and 8 in play here, and have it push naturally. But I don't think it's going to. Or I'm just dumb. I don't know. I think I'm a cheat code. I don't know. Maybe the red ball stretched it more than I thought. Maybe this pattern's easier than I think. But I did not think that would be there. Guys, maybe we just found it for the Reno pattern, and I'm gonna tee up.
I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today.
EJ Tackett don't want it.
I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today.
Look, guys, someone's got a challenge at some point. Why not me? Come on. I want to see if that's there again. It's not there. I would still throw urethane to control it and at least make sure they're stretched properly for at least a game probably. Try and get 230, 240. And then knowing that that's there going into the next couple games. Because the problem is if that's not there and I stay there, I could shoot 160 very easily. Go back to the straighter, safer zone. I like that bar reaction much more. It's much more one-piece controlled. It uses the built-in friction to the right and uses the hold that I created with the red ball, which is probably what I'll do if I was to bowl on my own pair and follow my own transition. Problem is, guys play all over the place on tour. Party like a rock. Party like a rock.
What's the layout on
The Rockstar and the Idol have the same layout. It is 5 by 3.5 by 4.5. This is my tall symmetrical layout. It's kind of my benchmark layout for these big balls. We'll get into this real quick. The difference between pin-up layouts and pin-down layouts is pin-up layouts have more, so what happens is when you drill it taller, it creates more diff, and it wants to change directions harder, but it also reads earlier because it's wanting to get to that preferred spot sooner. So that makes it have more shape. And pin down, it actually stays, the way I picture it is pin up wants to go around it more, and pin down is smoother and continuous. And it gets through, yeah, because it's less diff. See, like that's in, and you can see that it really stretched in that spot, and it pushed nicely across the head pin, so. All right, guys, that does it for Barnzy's opinion on breaking down a sports pattern. Hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, make sure to comment down below. Let us know what you think. And make sure to like and subscribe. If you want any Barnzy Bowling merch, use code Barnzy at iambowling.com. You can get a cool 900 Global shirt, or you can get my jerseys. Like and subscribe. Barnzy out.